Welcome to the Tony Gaskin Show, best-selling author, celebrity life coach, and international speaker. The purpose of this show is to bring you motivation, inspiration, and education in the areas of life, love, and business. Thank you for joining me. Now let's get started. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Talks with Tony. Got an email today from a young man, and it says, "Hi, Mr. Gaskins. I've been listening to your Talks with Tony episodes online for a minute now, and I thought I would write in to get your input on my current dilemma. Around this time last year, I broke up with my girlfriend. We were dating for 7 months. I liked her but broke up with her because she didn't want to be intimate due to religious reasons. I expected her wishes, but as a man, I found that very challenging. Being selfish, I broke up with her and started seeing other women. Now here's my dilemma. One of the women that I was having a fling with is 7 months pregnant with my child. Recently, I called my ex-girlfriend to let her know that I missed her and hoped she was doing well, when, to my surprise, she asked me if it was true that I was having a child with another woman. I lied and said I wasn't because I didn't want to hurt her, but my question to you is, how do I be honest with my ex? I know that once I admit that I'm expecting a child, she may not be interested in me anymore. Even though this was an accident, I'm going to be in my child's life, but I realize some women get turned off with by a man with a kid. What should I do?" Hey, thank you so much, my brother, for sending that in. And you are in a tough situation. First, what you have to do, though, is you got to understand sowing and reaping. You got to understand sowing and reaping. You got to understand doing the crime and paying the time. You got to understand that what goes around comes around. So first, you have to look yourself in the mirror and you got to say, why did I leave a woman that I really liked just because she wouldn't have sex with me for her religious beliefs? 2, I see it as religious reasons. Am I not of the same religion? 3, I got another woman, I got her pregnant. Now, did I hit the shot on the first try? Or did we have unprotected intercourse multiple times for me to hit the jackpot? So when you really look at it, you got to look and say, I really don't deserve this woman. Because if I did not know her worth and I could not respect her enough to remain with her while she was, respecting her religious beliefs, do I deserve her? Are we equally yoked? Meaning, are we on the same page? Are we cut from the same cloth? Can we really be compatible? So you got to first realize, do you need to grow? Do you need to grow? Do you need to look into some religion? Because if you notice, her religion gives her life some, boundaries. It gives her some morals and some standards for her to live by. If you lack those morals and values and standards, do you feel that you can benefit from it in your life? I have benefited greatly being a Christian. I have benefited greatly because it has given me so much peace and calm and grace and mercy, because I don't have to look over my shoulder. I don't have to worry because I know that I'm living right and doing the right thing. So that's what she has. And then somehow it got back to her that you're expecting a child. So you come back to her, and the first thing you do in trying to come back into her life, the first thing you do is you lie to her. So if the first thing you do is lie, how do you expect this woman with morals and values and character and integrity to accept the liar? Now, the sad part about this in the world is that she may very well give you a chance. But that would be fortunate for you. But my advice to you, so that you don't create something for yourself that you will greatly regret, you cannot take and play with a woman's heart, a good woman, and play with her heart, and then not expect everything to go wrong in your life down the line. So if you want to be with her, and to be honest with you, you got to think about this. Me personally, as a man, I feel like you need to ask yourself, why did I sleep with this woman who is pregnant with my child? Is this really my child? You know, a DNA test might be in order, because if she's sleeping with you unprotected and you don't even like her, did she think you liked her? Or did she know you didn't like her? Did she know that you want your ex back? Did she know that you were planning to be a weekend father when she got pregnant with your child? If she did, then a DNA test may be in order. So if you find out this really your child, me personally as a man, I believe in owning up to responsibilities, because to be honest with you, love is not found. Love is created. That is why a slave is taught to forgive and love the person who enslaved them, even when he becomes a free man. That is why we have to love those who hate us, bless those who curse us, and not do wrong by those who despise us, because love is created. It's not found. So if I talk to a white nationalist who hates black people, love will not be found there. I have to create that. So with the woman that you got pregnant, me personally as a man, I just was always the type that I'm going to own up to my responsibilities. I told my mom, I said, Mom, if I get a prostitute pregnant, I'm going to marry her and raise that child. Because if I was dumb enough to lie down with her, then I got to be man enough to stand up and accept responsibility for my actions. And I got to raise that child in the house, and I got to treat her like a queen so that my child sees how a relationship should be. Now, in this day and age, I know I'm asking way too much, but I got to tell you what I think is the right thing. Now, it's a lot of women out there going to say, no, that ain't the right thing. You shouldn't be with her if you don't love her. But that's what people don't realize about love. And that's why I do what I do. Because love is created. We can love anybody that we want to love, because no two people are alike. My wife is my absolute opposite. She is my absolute opposite. I mean, we think, if I think left, she thinks right. If I think up, she thinks down. If I think blue, she thinks red. We are absolute opposites. But we taught ourselves how to love, how to respect, how to understand, and we make it work through love, which is from God. So you personally do not deserve the woman that you're pursuing. You do not deserve her. The woman that you got pregnant does not deserve to be a single mother, because you don't know how to control your emotions and your actions. So see, now you asking this woman to be a single mom because of your irresponsibility, and because of you leading her on and getting her in the bed, knowing that you had no plans of being with her, but you're doing something that's going to alter her life forever. And then you asking another woman to lower her standards and to be with you when you couldn't respect her standards and respect that she didn't want to have sex. due to her religious beliefs. So see, you stuck in the middle. You stuck in the middle between two women, one woman who didn't know her worth and another woman who did know her worth. And you don't want the woman who accepted you in the state of mind that you were in. You want the woman who was willing to let you walk away other than compromising her self-worth and her self-respect. Now, see, ladies, that's a lesson. Right there in itself is a lesson to you. And that's what I try to tell women all the time. I try to tell y'all that a man, if you compromise for a man and you think that you're doing something, you think you're doing the right thing by compromising for this man and giving him sex or giving him a threesome or going to the strip club, and you giving him what he wants but not what he needs, he will end up losing respect for you, taking all of your compromises, leaving you, and then chasing the woman that respects and loves herself. Will leave you high and dry, pregnant, raising a child by yourself, except for his help on the weekends and the money that he send in, which ain't enough to raise no child. Money ain't enough to raise a child. And he will chase after the woman who has standards. And then to the woman with standards, you can't be crazy enough to accept a man who does not live and operate and think on your level, who doesn't have the standards that you have. So, my brother, this hard to hear. It's hard to hear that when you do the crime, you got to do the time. It's hard to hear that when you sow, you got to reap. So I feel like you need, this is what I've been saying, this is what I've been telling my family. I feel like you need to sit in your mess. You need to sit in your mess. You need to really see if you can be with that woman that you got pregnant. If y'all can make it work. Don't just go chasing this other woman just because she's the one that got away. Just because it's your ego saying, oh, she turned me down and I let her go, trying to force her hand to have sex with me. She never bent, she never broke, and now I want her back because that's the one that got away and that affected my ego. Don't go chasing waterfalls, like the women say. I don't even know what that means. But you need to sit in your mess and face the consequences. And if that is undoable, and if you don't do that, and you go after this other woman, and you chalk up this child as a mistake, which is so heartbreaking that this child got to come in the world knowing he or she is a mistake. You chalk up this child as a mistake, but you agree to love this child and be there for this child, help raise this child. And then you go after this woman and she, for some reason, is crazy enough to take you back. Do me a favor, my brother. Do me a favor and change your life. Do me a favor and man up. Do me a favor and become a real man. Do me a favor and elevate to the level that you need to live on to match this woman's virtuosity, to match this woman's fly. Do me a favor and become a real man so that y'all can build a real relationship, taking your mistakes into consideration, but y'all can build a fresh and a new. Don't go into her life and sweet talk her and get her to settle for you if you know you are unwilling to grow. If you know you're going to be on the same stuff. If you know you're going to cheat on her, you're going to dog out and do her wrong. If you know that, don't mess with that woman. Let that woman be great. Let that woman go about her business and attract a man who is on her level and going to love her and respect her if you know you're not there. And I'm not saying this just for her good. I'm saying this for your good because, look, touch my anointed and do my prophet no harm. See, you can't take a woman, especially if she's a Christian. You can't take and go into this woman's life and be her downfall and then expect not to receive the wrath of God at some point in your life. My brother, for your own safety, for your own sake, for your own sanity, don't mess with her if you ain't willing to grow, to elevate your life to the next level. Hey, thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you have a question, make sure you send it in to inbox@tonygaskins.com. If you need a little bit more of this, listen to the other episodes. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube or iTunes. And lastly, visit TonyGaskinsAcademy.com. TonyGaskinsAcademy.com. That's my name, academy.com. And get the Real Love University. It's only $9.99, but I made them videos so you can just sit there and listen to those lessons over and over, and really it's full teaching to get in your spirit. And then if you get into some other ventures in your life, you want to write a book, you want to become a life coach, I have those courses there for you as well. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins, your brother from another mother. God bless you. We'll talk soon.